The first signal arrived on a night so quiet it felt unnatural, as if the world itself was holding its breath. Ethan was alone in the observatory, half awake, staring at a sky that had long ago lost its mystery to satellites and space junk. The radio telescope hummed softly, translating the whispers of the universe into streams of meaningless noise, until the noise formed a pattern, a pulse, then another, perfectly spaced, not random, not natural. He sat up slowly, his heart thudding harder than the machines around him, as the signal repeated like a cosmic heartbeat coming from somewhere deep beyond the edge of mapped space. At first, he told no one. Scientists had careers ruined over less. But the signal didn't stop. It grew stronger each night, more complex, layered with subtle variations like a language trying to remember how to speak. Ethan began recording it, feeding it into every decoding program he could access. Days blurred into nights, coffee cups piling up, eyes burning. Then, at 3:17 a.m. on the sixth night, the software translated a fragment into something impossible. Coordinates, not just in space, but on Earth. The location was a remote stretch of desert in northern Chile, miles from the nearest road. Ethan convinced himself it was a coincidence, a glitch, a cruel trick of mathematics. Still, 3 days later, he found himself standing under a sky so wide it felt like an ocean above him. The desert air was thin and cold, the stars painfully bright. He checked the coordinates again. This was the place. Nothing but sand, rock, and silence. He almost laughed at himself until the ground began to vibrate beneath his boots. At first, it felt like distant thunder, but the sky was clear. The vibration deepened into a low, resonant hum that he felt in his bones. Then, the stars above one patch of sky began to disappear, blotted out by a shape darker than the night itself. "We will be listening." Then the desert was silent again, as if nothing had happened. No ship, no alien, just wind brushing over sand. Ethan returned home with no proof, no photos, only recordings of a signal that had gone silent the moment the visitors left. The world continued as it always had: traffic, news, arguments, laughter. But sometimes, late at night, he steps outside and looks up and speaks softly to the sky, knowing now that the universe is not empty and that somewhere in the vast dark, something is still listening to what we choose to become.